Okay, so hi everyone. I hope you're having a great day. Okay. So we are live right now. So basically, what we are going to do today. So today we are going to have the E3 presentation. I'm very excited for it. Actually, it is already happening, but the thing that we really want to see, that is the Xbox and Bethesda game showcase, is only going to happen later. But I still want to do this live stream earlier because I want to talk with you all about what we can expect about it, and in general, everything that may really happen today because this is easily the biggest event to happen like in Halo's history. So because of it, I'm really excited to see how it is going to be like. So firstly, I want to revise my predictions because I made some. Wait, let's just see here where I wrote it down. So I made some predictions. They're like in general, I still stand by it because they are really something that with all the info that we have currently, they seem to be true right now. So firstly, we're going to see certainly multiplayer footage. This whole thing is going to be primarily about the multiplayer. It won't be about, for example, the campaign like the last one was, because basically the last one was focusing exclusively on the campaign, and the multiplayer we would later see it. But on this event, they're going to focus on the multiplayer. That, as I said in my predictions video, is the right move because currently, what will really attract new players is the multiplayer. Without it, really, Halo won't have the same appeal that it has. I'm not saying that the campaign isn't important, but the multiplayer is the thing that's going to attract new people to it. Because at least currently, most of these new people that they're trying to attract to Halo don't know who Master Chief is and don't care who Master Chief is, like by now. But firstly, they need to start playing Halo Infinite. For them, they try out the campaign. But for them to end up playing the campaign and knowing Master Chief better, they need to be able to first start playing it through the multiplayer. That is the main appeal of the game. So yeah. So my main predictions were firstly multiplayer footage. The whole thing will be about the multiplayer. Secondly, we'll find some glimpses of the campaign. Then very small things. Also, I think that's the second thing that I predicted that is very important. That is the flighting. I am almost sure at this point that they're going to at least mention it during the presentation. But this is the thing, it's a fact currently that we're going to have flightings for the game. And they need to present it to everyone sooner than later because right now we only have 5 months left until the game is launched. Literally like 5 months and 2 days. So yeah, they don't have a lot of time because this is the thing. If they do it very late, imagine if they do it, I don't know, in October or even September, they won't have enough time to correct all those issues. Because imagine if they do the flights, I don't know, like, yeah, September, people are like, they're playing the game. Imagine if there's a very big bug. Yeah, I know that like it's very long the time that we're going to wait, but still, imagine they do it in September, the whole presentation thing. They like the whole demo with all those things. If they do it in September, they simply won't have time to fix all the issues. Because if they have any issues, imagine that, for example, I know they discovered there's a bug, a very serious bug that you can do button combos like you could do in Halo 2. I'm not saying that this is bad, but it's still a bug. The button combos were never meant to be there. Yeah, like really the game itself will be launching like yeah a long time from now, but still they won't have time to fix it if they do it too late. So the great thing about it is really if we do it this soon, for example, imagine if they do it during the summer. It's the perfect time because people have time to play the game, to experiment with different things, and this, in my opinion, is really important because mainly the public that they're trying to attract will be playing the game during the summer. Most people that like most of the younger audience that they're trying to attract simply will have a lot of free time during the summer and they won't mind playing Halo Infinite, the brand new game. Like, I'm just saying this jokingly because like everyone wants to play it, so people will have a lot of time to do it. And by simply doing like it it earlier and announcing it on E3, they are going to be able to give this information to a very, very big audience. This thing, E3, even though it's been declining lately, less and less game companies have been participating. This year, it seems like it's going to be one of the biggest one yet, because there's going to be a lot of new things. For example, with the Xbox and Bethesda game showcase, maybe, just maybe, we can see some Starfield footage that I would also love to see, because really, like, Starfield seems to be a very exciting game. We still know barely nothing about it, but it still seems that it's going to be a very big game, especially because Bethesda is making it. And well, if we forget about the latest Fallout games, they are a very good developer. Yeah, also there's the Doom games that, in my opinion, currently are also a very important piece for Halo. Because Doom and Halo, even though like they existed parallelly, like Doom was also more of a PC game than later after Halo they started making for consoles. But in general, Doom was also similar to the PC counterpart of Halo, but it was for a more mature audience. But I think that especially now it will be the perfect opportunity for Microsoft to really make Doom even better, especially because with the new Doom games, they can really improve it, even try to apply, some things that they learned. I'm very excited to see how they will do the other Doom games, because there's a lot of new things that they can do. I played a little bit of Doom Eternal. I haven't played yet Doom 2016, but everyone says how good it is, and I totally believe it, because, man, Bethesda, they make great games. They make great games. Yeah. Halo and Doom are more similar than a lot of people realize. And the big difference, in my opinion, is that, firstly, Doom in general is for a way more mature audience. Like, you literally like rip your enemies apart. Not that this is wrong, but it's for a different audience than Halo, and they don't focus that much on the character side of things. They focus way more on the gameplay. There's a very robust gameplay. I really, really like the way that things are structured, but still, I'm really excited to see how they can apply a lot of these things that they learned with Halo with the next Doom game. So there's a lot of cool things that we'll see. I'm not only be covering the Halo part of the Xbox and Bethesda showcase. I'm wanting to cover the whole thing. Because firstly, this live is going to be a long one. The longest here in the channel. So really, I'm very, very excited to see how they're going to present. Because I'm a little bit cautious about the thing that simply Halo, like the whole Microsoft thing. Because this isn't only Halo. Even though the Microsoft part is going to be primarily Halo, there's going to be other games in there. And I'm also very excited for them. This is why I'm going to cover the whole event. And also the Flood in general, I think it was a very, very good part of Halo. I think especially because it added the way that the atmosphere of the game was. Because the thing, the Flood levels, especially during Halo C, they were very, very different than the Covenant levels. Because the thing, we were accustomed to the Covenant. In the whole campaign, we knew how the Covenant worked, but the Flood, we had no idea how it worked at the time when it launched. So we didn't know what to expect from it. And it was very awesome because the whole atmosphere of the game completely changed. Like in some levels, like Library, it was for the worst because really, Library, sorry, it's not a great level. Even though some people may say that they like the extra difficulty, on Legendary, it isn't cool. It's like very, very bad. The design of the map, really, you shouldn't be going like up. Like you should really just pass through the start of it, find some flood and all, and then just go get the key that you needed. I really didn't like the design of the thing, but still, the atmosphere that the level had still continued from the flood itself, its introduction. And finally, I also want to really, really express the fact that I'm not sure really if we're going to see a lot of new info about the campaign. I think that we're going to see a lot about the multiplayer, but really, I think that the campaign will be completely left on the back seat. It won't have a lot of new things from it. So, campaign people, I'm sorry, but we're probably not going to have a lot of info about it. We're going to see some quick glimpses about it, maybe like some quick cutscenes and all. But still, the multiplayer is going to be the main part. Maybe we'll get some Force things, but I really doubt it. The Force is actually a very exciting part of Halo Infinite, in my opinion. Because we already saw all that they could do with Halo 5 Forge. That, in my opinion, is easily one of the best. It's really one of the best parts about it. But still, it's really, I think that they could expand it more, because especially with the new Battle Royale Forge map, that I think that four, yeah, I think that I forgot the name of the guy. He made it. I already played it with CNW during one of his live streams. It was really awesome, and I'm really excited to see what they'll be able to do with the expanded things. And finally, also for my predictions here, I also said that we're going to maybe see a little bit more about the release date of the game, because this is the thing. We know technically that it is going to launch November 15, but we're not sure specifically like if they're really going to launch it. I think it is obvious, but we still need a confirmation. I would really prefer to see one, just for us to be absolutely sure, because depending on the reaction of this, because this is the thing. All that we know right now could completely change depending on the reaction of people to this E3. I already discussed on my last video, so if you haven't seen it, the Should We Lower Expectations for E3 2021, go check it out. It's a very great video that I made, like 16 hours ago, really. And it talked a lot about how this E3 is really important, because if it doesn't go well with the media and people in general, Halo could be in serious trouble. Because this is the thing. Maybe they would even have to delay it even more. And if not, it would be really hard for Halo in general. And yeah, campaign footage, I'm not sure if we're going to see gameplay. Maybe cutscenes. I think that cutscenes we're going to see it. But not gameplay. I really think that we won't be seeing gameplay about the campaign. I just think that because of the fact that they're going to mainly focus on the multiplayer, I think that they're going to show some campaign cutscenes, things like that, just for us to get more excited for it. But I really doubt that we're going to see more gameplay footage. But again, I could be wrong, and they could make like half of it multiplayer and the other half campaign. We're not sure. So in general, I really find that everything that we know until now could completely change after this E3. Because if the reaction's positive, we're going to still receive a lot of new things. Everything is going to go with the plan. But if not, they could really just delay everything, change things, and all of that. So, also I wanted to mention the fact that not everyone will be satisfied with this. This won't be for everyone. Because this is the thing, even though everyone's excited, I don't want people to think that this is going to be bad by any means. But I really feel like this won't be for everyone. Because even though the multiplayer will get people excited, really, I'm not sure if it is going to be, for example, for people who like more of, I don't know, people who prefer the Forge and people who prefer the campaign really and don't really care about the multiplayer. I don't think that they're going to be as excited as other people. But I think that the great majority of Halo fans will like it. The great majority. And even those people who aren't necessarily like very excited for the multiplayer will still like be happy, because it's creating hype for the game, and this is really important. And also we also have the whole expectations thing, because each group of people, the people who play with Forge, people who play with the multiplayer and the campaign, each one of those groups want to see different things. And Trajectory can't make it for everyone. Trajectory can't include every single thing on that, because if they do, they won't satisfy anyone, because now there won't be time enough for them to really give details about each type of thing. In my opinion at least, Trajectory really did a very bad job with the marketing. Like, they simply let people go, like, do anything with it and really speculate, because they aren't setting expectations. Anything really could happen. And everything that we know until now are from either leakers or, like, it's our own speculations that obviously are based on something. But still, like, they aren't nothing concrete. Things could change. And Forgery is really doing a very bad job with it. I really hope that they start being more active, because instead of them just reacting on the speculations, and then, for example, with the whole armor coding thing, they let the whole situation get out of control with the $5 for only a purple skin. They really did a bad job in there, because they just started talking about it, After everyone already discovered it, everyone started taking their own opinions about it without really understanding how the system would work. Christopher Tree only spoke about it on how the system would work after everyone is already angry at them because of it. So they're really doing a bad job with it. I really hope that they do a better job later this year because because Halo Infinite general will really need it. No, because when I'm saying marketing, I'm not specifically saying trailers, but I'm saying maintain people talking about the game. Because this is the thing. This is the thing. Most of the recent Halo news that this big game journalists are covering, because even though they aren't reliable sources, and in general they're just a joke, they really are still a very big influence currently. So this is like we need to take this into account, and because of the fact that they have such influence, Tier 3 really made a very bad job on maintaining people talking about the game and all the late things that they're being talking about. So for example, right here, if we search Halo news, look, what will appear to us? Mm, New Halo Infinite leak confirms return of Halo 3 vehicle. Yeah. In general, we don't have a lot of stuff. Simply, most of the news are from leakers, some screenshots, and people aren't really talking about the game, these big gaming journalists. And they're just speculating. CNW actually did a very great video about it. You should check it out. He was basically talking about the fact that all these gaming journalists, they want Halo Infinite to fail. So they, if the retreat isn't there to stimulate like people talking about the game, giving us new stuff, they simply will talk about whatever they want. And because of this, they can just go there and start speculating, like saying that Halo Infinite would have that and this and that just to get clicks. And this can really cause trouble to Halo, because imagine if they simply say, you know what? Let's say if they're going to have like a lot of new things, like incredible and unrealistic amount of things in there, and a lot of people will simply believe it. And this will cause a lot of people to get very mad at Crit Trip, because now they will have completely expectations that are off from what it is in reality. This is why I made these videos, multiple videos actually here on the channel, talking about expectations, because this really is a very important thing with Halo Infinite. Because, as I said before, currently, I haven't covered the response of that director developer, but basically he was saying, he was talking about the fact that they took him out of context and all. I really think that this is just one small part of the fact that this thing, 243, didn't even mention it. And this was a very big thing. At the time, all the big gaming journalists were talking about it, and it was really a big thing, and 243 did nothing about it. 243 did nothing about it. They didn't talk about the fact that they aren't planning to develop, like that there isn't a lot of crunch in there, because this is what we're led to believe by this gaming journalist. But 243 did nothing. The guy had to go there himself to say that it wasn't what he said. But he's saying it was already too late. So 243, the PR department, the whole marketing thing, they need to do better. They need to maintain people talking about the game. So I know, maybe just release small trailers, small snippets, just keep the hype up. Even if it is just a 10 seconds little teaser showing the Banished lighting up their, the energy source or all those things to prepare to battle, and then the UNSC or Master Chief, really anything, just to get people talking about the game. Because this is what Halo Infinite really needs. They need to get people talking about it. Not only talking about it, but saying bad things about it. Imagine, I think that this would be like incredible. Imagine if 243, instead of only making this Inside Infinite things, imagine if they just release a very small snippet, of one of the cutscenes that doesn't give us any spoilers, but just for us to get excited about the game. So imagine if they gave us like some small, imagine if they made a cutscene and they show it by parts. So a 15-second snippet on this cutscene, and after and at the end of the year, after all those things, we saw, so this is what they were showing, like the Banished preparing to something, and things like that, to get people talking about the game, speculating about it, but not with all those wild expectations, but for Tracy set those expectations. So yeah, in general, I really find that Tracy needs to, I know, improve your marketing, but I think, I really, at least I hope so, that they start paying more attention to this because it can really cause problems. For example, Craig. Even though Craig is a fun meme and all, 243 shouldn't let this become the face of Halo Infinite because currently it is basically the mascot of the game. Like, people think about Halo Infinite, literally. I can search here. Halo Infinite. And probably I'll find a Craig image. Yep, I already found one. I already found one of Craig's images. And the whole guy is stamped like all around the web. You search Halo Infinite, Craig is there. You search Halo, you'll probably also find Craig. Craig in general is everywhere. Infantry did basically nothing and only really talked about it like it was a fun joke, because it is, but still, you don't want it to be the face of your game. And Craig is really like, it's fun. He isn't a very good image for the game. Which doesn't, I think that they shouldn't want people to think about Halo Infinite and remember a low resolution with almost no details image of a soulless brute. Like, 243 shouldn't want this to be the image of their game, because it simply passes a bad image. Like, people say, Halo Infinite, the next-gen game. And there's people there imagining Craig with, I don't know, a 4K face. Really, yeah, they did a very bad job also there. But again, let's talk a little bit about things that 243 did right. I really think that they did very, very well the whole, I don't know, the whole thing about making the game, like, and listening to fans, and at least trying in some ways to give us info with the Inside Infinite updates. I really think that even though they're good, we got some cool news. I really find that the later ones were there just like it was just filler, just to make it, just make the fans really shut up about it and just, yeah, look at this, some cool concept art that really don't represent nothing about the real game. Because it's like they just keep feeding us like all these little things of like, yeah, look, this new vehicle, cool, yeah, like, look how Halo Infinite is going to be awesome, but really aren't giving us no info. Like, whole updates, they really just show a little weapon, put some little sounds, and yay, update. But this really isn't giving us any info, really. And people are really forgetting about the fact that we know almost nothing about the story. Literally, we know nothing about it. All we know is Master Chief needs to fight the Banished that are in the Halo ring because they want to do something in there. We don't know what it is. We only know that they're there doing something bad, it seems. And yeah, especially the audio things. Even though I covered it, it was cool and all, seeing the audio, it wasn't enough. I really feel like 3, this whole Inside Infinite stuff, I know that people don't want to talk about it like this because it's the only source of news that we have, but realistically speaking, it's just filler. It isn't giving us anything very useful, because giving us just sounds of weapons and some images, even though the concept arts are cool and all to analyze, they don't represent almost nothing about the game. Because I think they're only concept arts. Yeah, 1 hour for Halo Infinite's review. I'm also very excited. So I'll be here with you during most of this time, discussing about it. Because I really, really want to share this moment with you guys. Because it's a very, very big moment here in the channel. Because, yeah, currently the channel is, 7 months old. So, yeah, and this is a very big moment. Because this is something that we're waiting for since that first teaser that we have on the first Inside Infinite update. That I need to say, that first Inside Infinite update was the best. Oh, okay. You can go live. Just continue here talking about. You won't really. We're just going to continue here during the next an hour, and yeah. So in general, I really, really feel like Halo Infinite needs to have a better marketing, and I know that this E3 is a very exciting stuff. It is something new, it is something different, but we really should think about what this means for the bigger picture. Because Halo fans, I really feel like, some people may get mad at me by saying this, but sometimes I feel that people aren't seeing the bigger picture. Okay, you can go. I'll be here continuing my live stream, okay. But I really feel that sometimes people miss the bigger picture, the fact that Halo needs help. Halo, even though you still have a small but healthy community, it really needs help. Is Halo a game with such potential shouldn't have its potential wasted on just like I don't know some small games that Halo fans play, but only the hardcore ones still play it after launch. I really feel that the whole Halo franchise deserves something better, and I think that Halo Infinite will bring this. Even though it's going to bring change, some people may not like this change. It is needed. It is needed for the whole community really, because we need new people. We can't just I know be satisfied with the small community that we already have, because even though, as I said before, it's a healthy and small community, it should be bigger. It shouldn't be as small as it is, and I think that Halo Infinite will not only bring this, but will expand the community for new people, because there's a lot of people who maybe even want to play Halo but don't know where to start, or even just don't want to cash out, I don't know, $60 to buy a game, and they just want to enjoy it. And they don't know how the Halo franchise work. I really just entered the Halo franchise because of Game Pass, because I just built my PC and I was like, oh, so I need to play some games. I have your Game Pass on my PC. Let's check out this Halo games that everyone says good things about it. And yeah, it was because of this that I started playing. And it was Game Pass that was that hook that put me in the Halo franchise. And I think that the fact that Halo Infinite is going to be free, it is going to be that hook that will get new people into the franchise that not necessarily pay already for Game Pass. And the whole Halo franchise in general, I'm not saying that like everyone needs to agree with, but in general, the whole Halo franchise, the whole Halo community, it's a very, very special community, but not necessarily not only because it's a very cool community, people are very awesome. It's really because it is so big and small at the same time. Because this thing, Halo, even though it has a relatively small community, it is a very very big game series, a very important game series, probably the biggest one that Microsoft owns currently. Like except maybe some of the franchises that Bethesda owns, but really it was before the Bethesda acquisition the biggest franchise that they own. But at the same time, its hardcore community, really the people who interacted that went to subreddit, like not subreddits. Yeah, there's also Halo subreddit, but were on Halo Waypoint, played the game regularly, isn't that big. But this thing, the community as a whole has a lot of potential. So, for example, there is a way for you to grow here, and especially with Halo Infinite, all this potential is going to be unleashed, and there's going to be a lot of new people because the core gameplay of Halo is a very great gameplay. It has a lot of cool stuff. It has good enemies, a good sandbox that is very good, but currently, obviously, like Halo Infinite is going to explore it, but currently we don't have a new Halo game that really uses this new stuff. It really Halo 5, even though it's awesome, it's already very old, and I really feel that sometimes it doesn't represent, especially the campaign part, what Halo is. The multiplayer, it's cool and all. I really like the way that they modernized the gameplay, but the campaign really it lacks what made Halo Halo. And I really find that the Halo community needs a Halo game that is like the old Halo games, the Halo games that really attracted people into Halo, so new people can start playing it. So 243 can really revive the franchise in a lot of ways, like redeem themselves because of their mistakes that they made earlier. Because even though I love 243, I really like its developers, they really really messed up. Like even though Halo 5 now it's a good game with good content and all, at launch it was very very bare bones. It was like the most bare bones Halo experience ever when it launched. It had very few maps. It had very few everything. It really wasn't great. Just later, after I think it was 1, 2 years, even 3 years after its launch, that it was really complete. But at that point, not that much people played it anymore. Even though Halo 5, there is people who playing it. I need to admit it. It's still active and all. I think that Halo MCC really took its place as the current Halo game. Because people who want to play Halo currently, just wait for Halo Infinite. Most of them are playing Halo MCC. You can see, for example, here on Twitch. Even though Twitch isn't the most accurate means to see the popularity of the game, it's still the best way that we can have access to it. And if we go right now, Halo 5 has only 302 viewers. Very, very few people. While Halo MCC has more than double the amount of that. It has have 109, and this is almost nothing. Almost nothing compared to the big games right now. For example, Minecraft has 61,000 viewers. Even Knockout City, that is a very recent game, has 1,000 viewers. So we can see that Halo MCC, even though it's already bigger than Halo 5 in my opinion in popularity, because there's a more active community, there's a lot of new people, it really, really needs, in my opinion, it really, really needs to have new people come to it, because just the Halo fans that we have currently isn't enough to maintain a franchise during all those years. And I really think that Halo needs it. Halo really, really needs to have this new thing. And I'm very excited to see how it is going to be. Okay. Also, guys, we are going to just look at some new images that were released on the calendar thing. I didn't cover it on the video. I just really didn't think that it was really, really necessary. So yeah, okay, I'll just here Halo calendar. Okay, 2021. Okay, I think that this is it. I'm almost sure. Wait, is it? I'm not sure. Okay. Oh, okay, this one. Okay, let's open this image. Go here in full screen. Okay, let's see. Wait, are you seeing it? I think that you're all seeing it. Yeah, I'm almost sure. Okay, yeah, now it's only on screen. So as you can see in this calendar right here, are you seeing my cursor? Yeah, you're seeing it. Okay, so for the first image right here, I'm showing, it's just Master Chief. But right here, we have this very, very awesome image, probably my second favorite yet, because it shows a very interesting aspect of Zeta Halo, because this thing is very different from the other Halo rings. So even though it's going to be a familiar experience, it won't be the same. So you have these structures that are very symmetrical, that I love it. It really feels like something that the Forerunners will do. And I think that the whole design of the Halo ring is way more Forerunner-like than it was with Halo 4 and 5. I really feel like they missed a lot of the designs, like of the Forerunners. Then here we have those Fall Free. No, the Halo Reach book that they released recently. Then we have this little metallic thing that we already saw before. And right here you can see Zeta Halo with some pelicans, it seems, roaming around. And right here, this one is also very awesome, of these Marines. These Marines over here, that they're celebrating that a pelican just got to them. And this makes me remember like a lot the second mission, I think, from Halo C, that we had to rescue Marines. And yeah, it gives me a lot of Halo C vibes. On this other one right here, it seems like it is a lake. Also, I love this one because it shows the nature of Zeta Halo. Because we're going to, for the first time, to really see nature, like wildlife in Zeta Halo. And it's going to be awesome. And right here we see, I don't know if this is a Spartan or a Marine. I think it's a Marine. Firing at a Brute Chieftain. Okay, we're also going to have them in the game. Awesome. Okay, so as you can see, this Brute Chieftain running his direction. Very, very awesome. And also here, we can see this mixture between the technology of the Forerunners plus the wildlife of Zeta Halo. And then right here, also very awesome image. We can see here Master Chief floating in space when Brohammer found him. This was also like very, very awesome, because I really think that we need explanations, but I like the fact that it is a mystery. I like the fact that we don't know everything from the get-go, because I think that it was actually my favorite part from Halo C, the atmosphere. Like, I know the gameplay is also awesome, but I love the atmosphere of mystery that the whole game had. Because we didn't know who the Forerunners were. We knew that there were some race of beings that built that Halo ring, that, as Cortana said, build caves that are not natural formations. And really, those beings who don't know what we're all capable of, and all the technological advancements that they made almost seem like magic. They could teleport people around. They could do a lot of things. And it was simply an incredible part of Halo C that I loved it, especially on 243 Guilty Spark when you found the flood. I really loved the way that the whole level was. And I like the mystery, even though Silent Cartographer easily the best level from Halo C. I really love the atmosphere from that level. Also, another thing that Halo C got right, because we didn't knew what the Covenant were running from, but we knew that it was something serious because it was the Covenant. Even though we already killed multiple, like elites, grunts, jackals, hunters, we still saw the Covenant as a threat. They could still kill us. But whatever it was that was going after the Covenant, it must be even more of a serious threat. So even before we saw the flood, we already knew who they were. Not necessarily who they were, but what they were capable of. Because they were basically making the Covenant run away in fear and terror of that thing. So the climb, the whole atmosphere of the thing was even higher and higher. And then on its boiling point, we saw it, the flood, and it infecting all the crew that was with Sergeant Johnson and I forgot his name, the captain. I forgot his name. I think it was the captain from the Pillar of Autumn. Captain Keyes. And we saw it and we were like all terrified. And I really, really like that Halo Infinite is going to try to go after that feeling. And also right here, we can see this image. This is easily my favorite one. It shows Master Chief on this Halo ring, but it shows like the mechanism with the whole nature growing on the top. And you really, really find that this shows the open world aspect of the game. Because the game won't be like the other Halo games. And on this aspect. And I think that this is actually the best part of Halo Infinite. Because it is something new. Because we have this open world. So it is something worth playing that you won't get with any other Halo games. Because this is the thing that I really feel like is the biggest problem with Halo 4's campaign. I simply don't see any reason after replaying for the first time to replay it. Because for the story, I don't think it is worth replaying a game just because of its story. Even though it's awesome and all, playing Halo 2 and 3 for its story, what really brings me back, for example, to playing Halo C or Halo 3 or even Halo 2 sometimes, is because of the gameplay. The gameplay, it's simply something that you can't find in any other Halo game. This is the way that people play the Halo The Master Chief Collection, because each Halo game brings its own new thing to the series. And in my opinion, Halo 2 was the one that brought the most amount of new things, but I'm almost certain that Halo Infinite is going to outclass it with even more new things. But I really feel like all the new things that Halo 4, for example, introduced, even though some of them were cool and all, the concepts, I really think that they were badly executed, like the Didact. Even though it was cool to see him and all, he wasn't very well executed. I really find that he was one of the weakest villains of the series until that point. Here's the thing. Truth, in Halo 2, not in Halo 3. Halo 3, it looked like he was dealing some, like some drugs. And he was very bad. So yeah, he was like with his eyes, like, man, he wasn't well in Halo 3. I was like thinking, wait, did he get infected by the flood? Because he was looking very weird. He was speaking way more weirdly. He wasn't looking more like the cunning manipulator that he was in Halo 2. He was really weird in Halo 3. He really felt out of character, and it didn't help the fact that he also changed the voice actor. So he wasn't very good in Halo 3, but in Halo 2 he was awesome. He was a very good enemy. You saw that he manipulated everyone around him, without accepting even the other prophets were being manipulated by him. He was controlling them and manipulating them to do his bidding. And the whole Covenant, really. Because we need to remember that the whole Great Journey thing that we're told by the Covenant and all, this was simply the perfect lie. Because it used the Covenant's fate, the elites, all of the members of the Covenant's fate, something greater than any one of them, just for them really to believe it and do what the prophets wanted them to do. And I really feel like it was fantastic. Halo 2's story, easily the best story. Even though it had some problems, it had some inconsistencies, yeah. The gameplay on Legendary isn't that good. It is very unbalanced. Playing it on Heroic, I really find it a very enjoyable experience. Okay, wow. In 43 minutes, I think? Yeah, yeah, 43 minutes. We're going to see a showcase. Awesome. Okay, let's go back here to the calendar. Okay, and finally, we have here this last image that is of this brute, a group of brutes using, I think, that the chopper. Maybe it's looking a little bit different, but maybe just because of it's like the Banished own spin on the chopper. But still, it's looking very, very awesome in my opinion. In general, I really liked it. I just think it feels different, but at the same time, something familiar. Something that you can remember your experiences from Halo 3 and all the things that you had through there. But at the same time, it's something new. It doesn't feel like something repetitive. And I really, really liked it. So yeah, I think that this was it to that images. Still, so yeah, let's return here to the main thing. I really, really loved like this little screen here with the arbiter. It's a little room. I made it. I find it very, very awesome. I don't know, it just feels like a hub where you can see the arbiter there, sitting on his little desk. I really loved it. I think it's a very, very cool thing. Oh yeah, let's continue. Let's continue. So also we have here, just let me put here on screen. Let's look at some of the other screenshots here from Halo Waypoint. This was like to revise all those things to set our expectations. Okay, I'll be showing here the April thing. I didn't show it in my channel. I really just didn't felt like it was necessary. Okay. Yeah, well, no. Okay, now you're seeing it. Okay. So this is what was the April one. I didn't cover it. I didn't felt it was necessary. A lot of people already talked about it. And really, I didn't felt like I could add anything new to that conversation, really. It was cool to see all those screenshots with the environment and all those things, but I really didn't felt it was interesting enough. So we'll talk about the whole PC thing. Like, most of the Halo players are actually playing it on console, but this can change with Halo Infinite. So, firstly, we can see here this nature thing. It's looking, in my opinion, very, very good. But this is the thing, it's very easy for them to just make a cool screenshot. Go in the game, make the lights. But this thing, Halo Infinite, even though it was looking rough on the gameplay demo that we had last year, it was still like if you put it on the right angle at the right time, it was looking fine. It was looking fine, but this thing, I want to see the real gameplay, because the most worryingly part about the gameplay demo was really the technical difficulties. There was a lot of pop-ins, textures weren't correctly applied. I wasn't very worried about the whole art style thing. I thought, like, they can improve it in time. But the technical difficulties really was the worryingly part. And this is the thing all I really want to see. And the Z3 is show that, okay, the graphics now are fine. We don't have the same technical difficulties. We are doing fine. This is the biggest thing. Then right here, you can see this image. They're all neutralized. Most people really, let's be realistic, most people won't use this. Like, I won't be trying to do like all the other Halo YouTubers that are going to zoom in and analyze each pixel to say that, are you seeing this model? It's like completely different from the other one. Like, yeah, it's looking fine. It's looking very good in my opinion. But still, in my opinion, this is what's being expected from the game. If the game isn't looking like this, I really would be like, what? But it's an next-gen game. We're expecting to see this. Especially with the new Series X, and especially Series S. The Series S made gaming so more affordable and better. You can really just spend $300 and have a complete gaming experience. Now you can even use it like with keyboard and mouse. You can basically make it your own gaming setup on your desk. You can put it by a monitor like, I don't know, $90 one, but if you want to spend more, $161 with high refresh rate and all. And you can just plug your keyboard, your mouse, and have fun. So we have here these images. This is what most people will be seeing it. 16:9, normal aspect ratio. Then we have this for the rich kids, and this for the millionaires. The one here in the bottom, for millionaires. Almost no one will be playing with it. Maybe some people with this one, that, yeah, most people will be playing the normal one. I'll be playing with the normal one. I'm not rich. So, okay, let's continue. Right here we have this other image. showing the differences between the FOV. The FOV is actually a very interesting part because for PC games, it's common. Actually, it is the expected thing for them to have like an FOV slider. People want to see more, and especially for shooters. I'm not sure about like more single player games that you don't have to worry about of things. About the gameplay itself, it's fine for it to have a 78 FOV, but I really prefer having the 120 FOV. You can see much more, especially a lot of Halo games. You can see the skyboxes, see how beautiful they are, especially Halo 3. They say it benefited a lot from having it. But really, let's be honest. For it to have this experience right here, this beautiful experience, you'll have to spend, I know, $1,000 on your monitor and a very, very good GPU. Especially during this whole GPU shortage thing. I'm not sure, really, if a lot of people will be able to look at it, but I'll probably be playing with the 120 FOV with the 16:9 aspect ratio. So I have here these other images, also very, very awesome. You can see this building. It's looking good enough also. I really love the fact that you can see in perspective the other parts of the Halo ring. This is the thing, the Halo ring isn't flat. It's literally a ring right inside it. So you can see the other parts of it, and I find it really, really awesome. Then right here, we have the other FOVs. I really think that this was unnecessary. Like, really, we won't be, like, most people won't be seeing these cutscenes this way. I understand the gameplay, but the cutscenes, nah, unnecessary. Or they show more of the sightings things, nah, boring. And here we can see that other image. Also, okay, I really, really like seeing the new Brook textures. Now they have little like hair in their chins. Very necessary, but because, jeez, like, the Brutes without any hair, just like, all shaved, they look horrendous. Like, man, like, no one should be forced to look at that. But with all these hairy things, they look way better. I like this little jackal. One of the things that I'm theorizing that we may end up seeing is a mixture. Like, some Covenant from Halo 4 and 5, other Covenant from Halo CE 2 and 3 and Reach. Because those were the original ones. Because the explanation that I think it was, it was a bad explanation in general. Let's try to read that. You know, there's like a different subspecies of the elites, the grunts, the jackals, and all those guys. Like, I really find it hard to believe that we never saw them before, but anyways, maybe they'll mixture them. I would find it interesting, but not necessary. Okay, let's return here now to the normal image of our little friendly arbiter. Okay, let's close these other ones. Yeah, I really want to, like, once you go through most of the Halo Inside Infinite things, I really find them very, very different. I know, just for us to have expectations. Just for set our expectations. Because I really don't want people to get, I don't know, disappointed. Okay, yeah, let's go to the first one. The first one really, until today, is my favorite one. It was really what started the channel. Even though I had that introduction video, I was really lucky to be able to start my channel already with such big news. I remember, like, at the time I had like 40 views after 1 week, and I was like, what? My channel only has like 9 subscribers. It was really awesome at the time. And just today, I'm very proud of the video. I think the audio quality is the only problem, but still, it was a good video. I liked it a lot. I still forgot to sign in again to Halo Waypoint. I'll do it later. But really, this was what started it all. This first image was like, and Tuesday, I think that's one of the best things, because we saw the multiplayer in practice. We saw the shadings, we saw the lighting, we saw the Spartan over here. Right here, this little Spartan, we saw him holding this BR. We saw the grapple hook power up here inside. We saw like all those things, and this really was what got me like, oh wow, Halo Infinite's going to be the best Halo game ever. It's going to have beautiful graphics. It was really what, in my opinion, made me sure that Halo Infinite will have incredible graphics. It'll be something that we never seen before. Not even close to Halo 5 or any other Halo game before. Then later we have all these images from the rocket launcher. I love the fact that they, oh thank God, brought the original design. It was really, really bad, like the Halo 5 one. Man, the Halo 5 one, my biggest problem with Halo 5 was the fact that, man, all the weapons looked Most of them actually looked so generic. Especially the rocket launcher, it was very, very generic. And Halo's R-Cell was always something very unique. And I really, really like the fact that they're bringing it back. Have there's this other sniper rifle over here, also looking very, very hot. Looking at all those details and all, really loved it. Then right here, you can start this other image right here. Now I can have a very better perspective. I think it was also, I forgot the name of the guy, Infinite Forages. I think Infinite Forages made like a Halo 5 version of this map with the info that we have, but still. This was another very, very interesting thing because we're able to see things from a different perspective. It also looked very, very incredible with all the lightings. I really loved it. I like the fact that things now have textures. Like really, really, really detailed textures. Also, my biggest problem actually with the graphics of Halo Infinite, of the gameplay demo again last year, was its textures. Everything looked like plastic. Almost nothing had real textures. Rocks didn't look like rocks. Rocks looked like plastic shaped rocks. It looked like someone made that all with Play-Doh. So, Master Chief, even though he was looking good and all, it looked like his armor had the same texture as the ground, that had the same texture as the brutes, that had the same texture of metal, that had the same texture of rocks. Rocks basically looked like it was, I don't know, made like it was just some props for a presentation, for a high school presentation. Really, it didn't look good, the textures. But again, they fixed it. Now look at this. This looks like metal. Especially the Spartan armors. They really feel like military equipment. They look like, not only they feel like, but they look like something that a super soldier would wear. Something practical that I think that Halo Reach got very, very, wait. Is this a BR or a DMR? Wait, what? This isn't looking like a BR. No, it can't be. Is it? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm going crazy, but this looks like a DMR. At least for me. I'm not sure. Maybe it's just a position. But this is looking a lot like a DMR. Probably it is just a BR. But anyways. Still looking very, very hot. And yeah, then we saw the Spartans. This was another part that I simply loved about it. So yeah, welcome to live stream. Other person who just joined it. Okay. So yeah, welcome to live stream. Really, what we're doing right now is looking at those images. Wait, what? What just happened? Wait, did my internet connection? Maybe. Yeah, maybe my internet connection. Something went wrong, it seems. Okay, but anyways, I still loved, really, really loved to see the way that things were, especially the Spartans. I really find that they were looking the best. Really, like, the best. They were looking very detailed. They were looking like Spartans. They were looking like real Spartans. In general, very, very awesome. Okay. So, just go get some water. I don't want you to die dehydrated, really. Like, it's not fun. Really, it isn't fun. So, yeah, I'll go get some water. I'll be right back. Okay, hi, welcome back. So just now, drank some water because it's important, kids. If you haven't drank any water today, please go drink water. It's really, really important. You won't like dying dehydrated, especially like 30 minutes before the E3 presentation. There's a lot of people streaming right now, really. A lot of people just starting streaming right now. So yeah, let's finish covering this. Really want just to take a look back at those things. So here we have the Spartans looking very, very awesome. I expect to see them this way. This way on the presentation. I want to see these Spartans running around, sprinting, sliding, jumping, killing each other. Because they're looking awesome. The details on the guns, details on the armors, like the scratches. I really liked it because I felt sometimes that it looked like, I don't, the Master Chief's armor, even though it was looking good, the texture really felt like it was just made and no one have ever even touched it because it had no scratches. But this looked like something the Spartan really uses and has scratches, and I really loved it. So yeah, we have a lot of cool stuff. Wait, no, wrong image. Wrong image. Wait. Okay, right here. Right here. Let's continue. So then we had this beautiful guy using the Mark 7 helmet. This was really what made me fall in love with the Mark 7 helmet. It looks incredible. I like that it, even though it doesn't look like any of the other helmets, other Mark helmets, it really feels like a mixture between the old and new. It really is something that, in my opinion, could easily represent the new generation of Spartans. Even though they're still Spartan Force, from what we know, they really feel like it's a new generation. Almost like with the old new marks, all those things. This is looking sleek. With the white, with this little red accents, the gray, incredible. This is looking hot. Okay, let's continue. Then we have this one. This green one. The green one is also looking incredible. I really like the fact it has more of a camo look to it. All these armors really feel like Halo Reach armors. To be honest, it feels like a more detailed Halo Reach armor. Like all those things, all they make me think is, wow, this is like Halo Reach, but more detailed. I'm feeling like really Halo Infinite is more of a mixture between Halo Reach, Halo 5, and Halo C, like all together on this beautiful masterpiece that is going to be Halo Infinite. So yep, everything looking awesome. I really like the fact that we also have like all those things in background, also looking very, very cool. Okay, let's continue. Then I have the George armor. Really, really love this. It was also looking simply incredible. Because I love the details, especially because of the helmet. I really like the fact that they maintained a lot of things from the helmet. I just feel like it's way smaller than it should have been. Like, because this thing, George was big. The guy was very buff. He was thick. Very, very thick. And this simply made him a very big Spartan. And we're accustomed to seeing him like, oh, with that big armor, all that chunky armor with big pieces and all of that stuff. But really, I loved seeing this. It brought me a lot of nostalgia. Because I think, even though Halo 3 was my first Halo game, Halo Reach was what really got me into the multiplayer. Because I always felt like Halo 3, Halo 2, Halo C, even though they had fun multiplayers, I just felt like it didn't have so much variety compared to Halo Reach. Halo Reach, you can find everything within the game. Right here, I have also this armor that's also looking sleek. With all this like white stuff. Red visor, I'm very excited to see because Halo Reach, my only gripe with its customization are the visors. Why do we have only 5 visors? Why? Like, I understand that visor customization wasn't a thing before, but why? We could have had like so much customization with the visors, but nah, we can't have them. And the best part about the visors is that it's something that you maintain no matter where the multiplayer. Like, you can be playing on the red versus blue, you'll still be seeing your visor. And it really just felt that Halo Reach could have had better visors. So yeah, then I had this little tiny image here, also looking very awesome. So yeah, So also for people who just entered the live stream, what I'm doing right now is basically just revisiting the good old Inside Infinite updates. Just first, you see how things are, so we can set our expectations, like realistically, not expecting, like God to appear in the middle of the thing and say, Halo Infinite is going to be the best game ever. Let's go, guys. So yeah, and then we have right here have the other updates. We'll be just quickly covering them. Then we have this one showing new weapons. BR looking sleek. With the Halo 2 design, easily best design for the BR. Looking very awesome. Then we have the Grapple Shot. Grapple Shot, very awesome. Also, like, I think it's going to be so interesting to see how the gameplay will work with it. Because the Grapple Shot, in my opinion, was the most interesting part about the demo that time. The first one last year. It was so awesome to think all the possibilities that we can have with it. Because imagine the multiplayer. Imagine, like, there's a Banished flying around on Big Team Battle. And just go there and whoop. And just go around and climb it and then hijack it. It would be awesome. Then right here we have the Halo 2 multiplayer, and here to explain like the whole gameplay thing. This is the thing. In some ways, people get angry with me. Halo 2 has the best. Like, I don't know. I'll be honest. Halo 2 has the best competitive multiplayer of all the Halo series. Halo 3 had an improved multiplayer, yeah. But you really feel like Halo 2 had something that no other Halo game had. Even though some weapons were unbalanced, it wasn't the best. That time they didn't have patches. It was still awesome. I really think that it had the best competitive multiplayer. For competitive players, it was really the best. It had button combos. The skill ceiling was like very high. I think that Halo 3, it was a more balanced experience. This is something I must give to Halo 3. Halo 3 had the most balanced Halo experience. So we didn't even had only the competitive side of things. You could still play it casually, but you could still play it competitively. I think that Halo 2 had the best competitive, but not the best casual. So then we have here Needler. Needler also looking very awesome. The Needler, I think it was actually one of the few weapons that didn't have a redesign. And I really don't think that the Needler needs to have a redesign. It just looks incredible. The Bulldog right here. The Bulldog is easily one of the most exciting new weapons that Halo Infinite has. The second one was most exciting. It's basically like a shotgun, but it shoots more quickly, but it gives less damage, and it'll be more of a common weapon. Because the later character explains why they added the Bulldog, and it's because it's like a shotgun, but it's way easier to find it. So you have more variety. You can use more shotgun styles. It probably won't be like the Halo 3 shotgun that in close distances is one shot, but maybe it will be 2 or 3 shots. I'm not sure. I'm just a little bit worried about the balancing of it, because it could be like other games that have shotguns that fire more quickly, that could also lead to balancing issues. This weapon is probably the one that I'm most excited about. It looks like a blend between the BR, this is a very loved weapon and all, with the DMR. For example, the scope of it, again, it's 3 times zoom. It isn't 2 times. I also really loved the fact that it is something new and unique. So it doesn't feel like just, the UNSC version of that weapon. It really just feels like something new. It shoots differently. I really loved it. Really excited to see how it's going to be. Then also we have here the Hydra. Hydra, it was the best Halo 4 weapon. I think it was a Halo 4 weapon. Really loved it. Very awesome weapon. No, maybe it's a Halo 5. Yeah, either of them. But still, very awesome weapon. Very unique, really. It brought something new and easily one of the highlights of Halo 5's. I think that Halo also Halo 4's, I'm not sure. Sandbox. Really loved it. Also loved the textures on each one of those weapons. Here we have the AR. AR also looking good. The only thing that never had a bad design really on all the Halo games. It had a good design. It wasn't good in all Halo games. Like Halo 2 didn't have it, but still. It had in general a good design that I really liked. But still didn't have best design. Like, it really isn't a highlight at this point. It was always so consistent that we can just say, wow, this design is even better than before. Because they don't have a lot of places to go. But I like the fact that they returned Halo Reach's AR. My favorite AR, really. I really like its design. I think it doesn't look that well of the classic design, but I think it's way more realistic, and I think it fits very well with the new armors that are very similar to Halo Reach's armor. Then I have this little screenshot over here. Nah, cool. But one of the things that I was thinking after I saw this, what if we could just grab our little Banshee and fly around free from any barriers, without loading screens. Basically, an open world. I was just thinking about it, really special with the grappling shot, that grappling hook that will have since the start. Imagine if you're just running around, trying to get your Banished, and then use the grapple shot, then you climb it and hijack it, and just keep flying around, having fun. I think this is going to be very awesome. Okay, let's go here. Okay, so right now, let's really discuss what we had until now. So basically, all that we had until now was basically everything. We had this other things. Yeah, looking fine enough. You know what? We still have time for the February one, and then we had a chance we can look at the other ones. Okay, let's go here. Okay. Okay, let's continue. So, okay, right here, we have the February one. Also a very cool one. Wait, seriously? Yeah, my internet connection, sorry guys, it's really bad today. I don't know why, maybe because the whole planet's trying to really enter this, like, OE3 thing, maybe, I'm not sure. But my internet connection isn't that good. Sorry. At least today, normally, it is fine enough. It isn't the fastest internet connection, but it works well enough for playing Halo. And also having some fun, really. Okay. Yeah, I think that now the internet connection will be back. Okay. Right here. Now it's back. Let's drink some water. Okay, so right here, as you can see, on this little tiny beautiful Zeta Halo ring, we can see the ring that is broken, but you can see like this, this field that maintains it together. I'm not sure how it works this way, really, but it is there. It exists. Then right here, we have saying, I love seeing Marines. Marines are awesome. They deserve more recognition. They're simply, I think my favorite part about them, really the best part about Marines, is really the fact that even though you're weak, it's good for you to see like weaker allies, because it shows how really strong Master Chief is. Because it's like Halo 4 and 5, Master Chief only talks to other Spartans, and they are all similar. Even though Spartan 4s are weaker than Spartan 2s, it's still like they're all Spartans, really. And Master Chief is only simply, you don't feel more like a super soldier. You feel like, I'm a soldier, like any other soldier, because it seems like every soldier out there is a Spartan now. And then here we have this little installation of the Banished. I really liked it. Really find it was interesting to see how the design works. I really love the fact that it's like all gray with thread details, looking very hot. Okay. Then right here, we'll have this little base floating. It seems, no, it's not floating, but still looking very awesome. I think it was the one that we saw earlier from inside, but this is the outside view of it. And we have this right here, day and night cycle, also looking very hot. Then we saw this screenshot. I think this is the only new screenshot. Oh, you know what's funny? The fact that everyone was talking about the redesign of the pistol that we saw, like, on the other ones, but they already had a redesign right here. I don't know if it's just another pistol, but it looks like a redesign to me. Okay, and then, so we see here the sniper rifle, And yeah, we also this other banshees just flying around again, highlighting the fact that you will be most probably able to just fly around in banshees. So okay, guys. So by now, most of the things that we really had to see the things starting and wait. Whoa, 13 minutes. 13 minutes. Is it 13 minutes? Oh, okay. 13 minutes. I'm very, very excited. Okay, I'll get some more water for me. I don't want to have to stop in the middle of the thing. So, yeah. Okay. So, I'm back right here. So, yeah, we're starting in 10 minutes, really. The live stream. Like, no, not the live stream, but the main thing. The main attraction. Very excited to see how it is going to be. But this is starting when exactly? Yeah, yeah, it's starting very, very soon. Okay, guys. E3 event starting basically in 10 minutes. I'm very, very excited. Okay. Okay. Um, mm, okay. Let's continue. So, wow, it's starting 9 minutes, 48 seconds. Hype. I want you to see the chat going, guys. If you are live, go say something in chat. I know, just something. Something. Because, okay. No. Okay. Okay. Man, this is basically starting. Yeah, very very soon. I'm very excited to see how it is going to be. A lot of people are just covering it. Okay. Okay, so right now I'm really just waiting for the presentation to start. Um, no, you know what? Let's enter here the IGN thing. I'm ready. So they're basically here just talking about some stuff, some IGN stuff. Not sure how relevant it really is. They're just covering some other games here. So yeah, so also if you are new, it always helps a lot the channel. Like, for subscribe, follow, always very very awesome. Right now, you're just waiting in 8 minutes. The event is going to start and it's going to be awesome. Really, really awesome to see. And yeah. So, yep, did your coming now, Psychonauts? Really, nothing big. Really, nothing big. But the big event is going to happen very, very soon. I'm very excited to see really what they'll present. Earlier in this live stream, this is going to be the longest live stream probably here on the channel, but earlier in the live stream, I was talking about the game, what I expect, my predictions. I think that they're going to show most of the multiplayer footage, some snippets from the campaign. Just first, like, to get excited. Then we're going to have some announcement for the flightings. It's all going to be a very, very awesome thing. And yeah, in general, very, very excited. Okay. Okay. Watch string. 7 minutes. Okay. And also, guys, really, really excited to see if they're going to announce other things. Because I'm not only a Halo fan, I also watch other contents, other types of content. So yeah, I really enjoy, for example, a lot of Bethesda games. Most of the Bethesda games are awesome, really. I've been trying them out through Game Pass, because now that basically Microsoft bought Bethesda, basically you can have access to all that cool stuff.
So let's check in with our gaming guardsmen and find out what they're looking forward to in the Ubisoft Forward. So, with the Xbox and Bethesda showcase just minutes away, I'm extremely excited to see what comes out. But really, I'm just here for Elder Scrolls. My name is Sergeant Ford.
Okay, let's see.
I go by Campbell.
Okay, so basically in 6 minutes, things are going to start. This is going to be awesome. I'm very excited to see how really Microsoft will be handling this. But this is a very, very delicate topic, because if they do something wrong, imagine if they commit like a big, big mistake, things will go very, very badly for Halo. Halo will really be in serious issues. As I said before in my previous video, this is a very, very big event. It really, they can't fail. There isn't a possibility for them to fail. Because if they do, really, I don't want even to think what is going to happen with Halo. Because Halo could really die. Like, outright simply die. So, yeah. Now that we've already ended the whole Halo dying stuff, yeah, let's continue. Okay, starting 5 minutes. I'm going to get some snacks. Like, this live's going for a long time, really. So, yeah. Okay, so I'm back. This is going to be big. This is going to be big. Okay. Event is starting basically in, yep. Event starting in, oh, where's the timer? Okay, 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Okay. I really, really just hope that they show, like, new stuff. I don't want to see, like, some people said, like, that they're wanting to see just revise the old campaign thing. Nope, it wouldn't work. It would be very, very bad if they did so. It really just wouldn't work. We want to new stuff. We don't want to see, like, they show, oh, okay, now it's looking more pretty. Awesome, but it doesn't mean nothing. Really nothing for them just to show up. Now it's looking prettier. Yeah, okay. Oh, actually, it's in 5 minutes. Yeah, like the timing isn't exact. But it's beginning really soon. The whole event really is going to be the biggest Halo event, like, ever. It's going to be the biggest Halo thing ever, and I'm very excited to see how things will go. I really think things will go fine enough. I think that Microsoft will do their job. Like, they're going to make a cool presentation, show some cool gameplay. It's really going to be something that will bring the hype back, but again, as I said before, it won't be for everyone. It won't be for everyone. Okay. So yeah. Now let's see how it is going to be. I think that this whole thing, I think the most important thing that they need to get right, Microsoft needs to get this right, the single thing right, is simply show people that the delay was worth it. They need to do this. This is that one thing. That one thing that they need. Because if you're able to show everyone, you're saying this, the delay was worth it. Look how things are improved. Look how, things are way better than they were before. It's going to be worth it. People will be looking at it, and everyone would be like, wow, really? Like, it was worth it. I'm very excited for the game. Because if people look at it and they're not surprised, people say, nah, it's fine. Yep, they would have problems because, especially with the new concept arts and screenshots, I really hope that they didn't just shot themselves in the foot by showing all those screenshots with all the advanced graphics and shading and all those things. You really hope that they don't do so, because if this isn't looking as good as those screenshots that I've shown before, if Spartans aren't looking as detailed, man, they're going to have problems, like very big problems, because they set expectations even more higher, but at least they set expectations with those screenshots of what the game is going to look like. At least they did that right. This was one of the things they really did. 243 did it right. 243 did it right because it was something that was needed for us to know what to expect of the graphics, and they did it. They didn't do this as well with the presentation itself, really. We still are waiting to see if, how the presentation is going to be, but we know almost nothing about it. But still, they were able to set expectations for the graphics. But the problem is, if they set expectations for it to be something incredible, like we saw on those screenshots, then they make trash. This would be a serious issue, because now the expectations are very high. People are like, oh yep, I'm ready for this. And then it won't be it. And this would be very bad if they weren't able to make the graphics really look like the screenshots.